What is up, Hybrid Beasts? Bob here from the Hybrid Beast program, and today I'm going to explain to you how to find the time to work out and to eat right. Now, first of all, there's only one kind of person who actually has a problem finding time to work out, and nobody else should be making this claim, because 99% of the people out there are coming home from their job at the asbestos factory and they hate their life. And what they end up doing is sitting on their ass in front of the television and watching 5 hours of Netflix while sucking down pizza and sucking down beer. And those people do not have a problem finding the time. They've got 5 hours to watch Netflix. They need to watch less than 5 hours of Netflix and hit the gym for an hour, okay? That's what they need to do. They need to not sleep or watch TV all weekend and take one day a week to go shopping and to buy and prepare their food for the week. No problem. If you are claiming you don't have the time, you are almost certainly a non-self-aware, lying person looking for excuses. I don't want to fucking hear that shit anymore. And I've told you before, I was for a long time creating content, speaking to my haters, okay, speaking to the losers who come up with excuses and ignoring the people who actually want and need my help. So that's what I'm gonna do from now on. I'm just going to speak to the people who actually need to hear this. Now, if you are actually putting 24 hours a day into worthwhile activities, now that includes getting sleep, okay? Getting sleep, working on your career, your business, your investments, whatever you get money from, spending time with your family, like productive time, not sitting on your ass next to your family members watching the fucking TV. I'm talking about actually spending time, supporting your kids at their sports, supporting your spouse at whatever she does or he does, okay? If you are legitimately either working, spending quality time with your family, working on a hobby, or sleeping, then yes, you do have a problem finding the time. But guess what? If you are someone who really has his or her life in order, you also make money, okay? I'm sure that when you're at work, you're making more money than somebody who works a few hours, comes home and sucks down beer all night. So you need to take some of that money and buy back your time. How do you do that? Well, I spend a lot of time cutting up and cooking chicken, okay? I have to go shopping, go ahead and I need to take the chicken out, cut off all the garbage, cut out the little, grizzle and stuff, chop it up into little pieces, package it, weigh it, so I have like 200 grams per bag. And then I usually do that every couple weeks. I'll buy a ton of chicken, bag it up, freeze most of it, and then I'll just cook it for the next couple days. Now, how do we spend less time but more money doing this? Well, I could, let's say, go ahead and have the grocery store deliver the food so that I do not have to do that. Okay, most of the time, and what I really don't necessarily enjoy is actually chopping it up and cooking it and cutting it into little pieces and weighing it out. Well, what I actually have been thinking about lately is actually going to a butcher shop and being like, listen, could you give me by the pound trimmed and cubed chicken, okay? I just go there and I pay them a certain amount of money and they give me this giant container of chicken that's been trimmed and cubed up already, okay? What you could do past that is you could actually go ahead and use a meal service company. So let's say there's something like Chicken Pound, no affiliation, but I've heard of it and I've considered using them before. They will actually cook you chicken and sell it to you by the pound, and they'll have different seasonings, they'll have the different macro ingredients, what the calories, fat, protein, carbs, sodium, whatever are in there, and you can get what you want, okay? So you're spending a little bit more money, but you're saving a lot of time, okay? There's a app, it's called Thumbtack, okay, that I've heard of, that people have used to get carpenters, photographers, pay people to do work for them, okay, who are vetted, who have experience, who have reviews. It just occurs to me there's probably some cooks there who will cook or cater for you. Hey, guess what? I want you to chop, trim, and cook chicken, okay? 200 grams separately. I want each of them to be in a Ziploc bag, and someone will go shopping, trim the chicken, cut it up, weigh it, cook it, package it up, and give it to you, and you just have to throw it into the microwave, okay? So those are all ways that you could, if you are really working all the time, you've got some money, you could buy back your time. What I used to do when I had a girlfriend is we would actually go shopping together. We'd get up, it would be a rest day from the gym, so we'd just go shopping a little bit earlier on the weekend in the morning. We'd go ahead, spend time together in the car, spend time shopping, come back. She would trim the chicken, I would cube it up, I'd weigh it, and then that is what we would do for some time together, okay? We could spend quality time together and do that at the same time. Play some music. Usually we have conversations because I had a great relationship. You know, we could just like have conversations, listen to music, let a documentary play in the background, whatever. And that was our time together. Okay, that's another way to get back some time. Quality time combined with meal prep. Okay. So there is certainly a way that you will be able to get your food and stay on your schedule. In terms of cooking, I did a video a while ago where I said that businessmen, entrepreneurs need to cook their own food, okay? They need to eat every couple hours. And the reason is you cannot work productively for hours on end, okay? It does not make sense. You cannot sit down for hours and hours and hours without moving. So what I do is I eat every 3 hours. Oh, look, I'm getting a little hungry. Oh, look, it's time to eat again. So I will stand up, stretch my legs, move around a little bit, you know, get a change of pace, get out of my home office, and I will go in the kitchen and cook some food. Then next thing you know, when I sit down, I've been up, around, had a change of scenery and some movement for, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Then I could just sit down again and go back to work, but I'll be mentally refreshed and able to be productive again, okay? Don't tell me that you're sitting down there working for 19 hours in a row with no breaks and have no time to eat and you're being productive. Unless you're screwing together fucking, ballpoint pens or fixing widgets or something like that, you are not going to be a productive businessman or entrepreneur or investor or thinker in any way if you are literally just sitting there and working, okay? We're not fixing toilet bowls here, we're trying to be creative, right? So those are all different ways that you can actually have time as a high quality, highly productive person to get your food and your meal prep in. Now, let's go ahead, let's talk about working out. How do you find time to work out? You make it, okay? Once again, if you are a person who has a net worth because you're putting time into worthwhile activities, you are going to have the resources to go ahead and make some time, buy back some time. If you're working 27 hours a day in your business, there is something that you don't have to do that you can outsource and get somebody else to do. You can get somebody else to do the troll work that you're normally doing, okay, for very little money. Then you can do more big picture work to make more money. Okay, if you cannot afford to pay someone like $10, $15, $20 an hour to do some simple work for you, especially if you outsource it to like another country, like virtually, are you saying that you're like a giant, big entrepreneur, businessman, investor, and you make less than $15 an hour? Let's say you make $100, $200 an hour, you pay somebody else $20 an hour. So wow, now you're getting $180 of free work for only $20. Go ahead and do it. It makes sense. But beyond that, let's just go ahead and talk about, having the means, the financial means. First of all, if you built your business up, if you got a good job, if you are a successful investor, entrepreneur, businessman, you certainly did put the work in, okay? And you certainly did get the results. So decide you're going to put the work into your workouts. There are a lot of people that do an hour of strength training and then an hour of cardio. That's an hour and a half, okay? Don't tell me that other people can do that, but you can't because you're too successful. The definition of successful is taking control of your life. Now, let's just go ahead. Something that I thought about when I was driving to the gym. I live really close to my gym. It's just down the street, but still, it takes a while to, get my clothes on, get in the car, drive, walk through the parking lot, walk into the gym, check in, get my little area where I start warming up. It takes a lot of time to do that. So I realized I could probably do an hour and a half workout with only the same time as going to the gym for 1 hour, because if I worked out at home, I wouldn't have that 15 minutes minimum of going there, 15 minutes minimum of coming back. So once again, we're rich, we're so busy, we don't have any time, but we've got money, I hope, because if you're busy and you don't have time, you're an idiot. If you're working 27 hours a day on a business and you're not making money, you're a moron. So you go ahead and you go in this giant house you have and you put a pull-up bar and a dip stand. One thing, it costs $85. Once again, don't tell me you can't afford this. Put it in the corner of your spare bedroom, which you should have because you're so successful, you got this giant house, or your 2-car garage, okay? Put a little mat on the floor so you could do some burpees and do some stretching and get a jump rope for $5, and boom, you've got a home gym. If I had the richest person in the world who came to me and said he wanted to work out, I would tell him to get a pull-up dip stand for $85, a $5 jump rope, and if he doesn't have a carpet in some room, just a couple mats so he could go ahead and stretch and do some like bridging and planking and stuff. That's it. Okay, so once again, you can get in your hour workout or your hour and a half workout in the same time that it takes somebody else to do an hour of working out plus a half hour of driving time just by working out at home. Okay, listen, if you are truly successful, you got that way by solving problems, okay? By saying, I want this, let's see how I get that. Now I'm going to figure out how to do it and I'm going to do it. So don't tell me you can create this giant business, become a successful entrepreneur, investor, businessman, and you can't figure out a way to go to the gym for an hour a day, 5 days a week, and you can't find a way to go ahead and get some meals in, okay? It is just bullshit. But like I said, unlike the person who comes home and sits in front of the TV with beer and pizza for 5 hours every night, if you have that problem because you're working so much, then you have the will, the discipline, and you have the means to actually make it happen, even though you really are working 24 hours a day, putting your time into productive stuff. If you want the most productive workout and the most productive diet to go with this effort that you want to put into yourself, check out the Hybrid Beast program, hybridbeastprogram.com. I will go ahead and get on the phone call with you. I will talk about where you're at. I will go ahead and talk about how long it will take you to get you a beach body. I guarantee you, unless you are very obese, I can get you a shredded, lean, muscular beach body in under 6 months. hybridbeastprogram.com. If you're really serious, go ahead and check it out. We'll talk. Aside from that, thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down below if you have any questions. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you in the next video.